Hello everyone, I'm Giuseppe Alva from Simulation Daily, and today we're again in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, flying the PMDG 737-800, and we are doing a different flight from the two we have done in Japan. Lately, we are now flying from Bergamo, Orio Serio in Italy, and to Krakow in Poland. So let's get this flight started. It's early morning here in Bergamo, and as you can see, the scenery still has Christmas decorations. This scenery is by Strix Design, and unfortunately, it's a bit slightly outdated. It's actually theoretically not compatible with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, but it actually works. But it's kind of abandonware. Like Strix Design has not been, has not talked to anyone that I know for at least a year or more. So, but unfortunately, it's literally the only scenery we have for Bergamo or Serio, so it has to do. Unfortunately, the terminal underwent a pretty big series of reconstruction and addition due to the Olimpiadi in Milano-Cortina, and so yeah, it's not the best, but I love the fact that it has Christmas decorations that actually deactivate when it's not Christmas period anymore. But anyway, that aside, let's get this party started. Of course, if you are, I'm going to do a pretty abbreviated but essential cold and dark startup procedure, but it's going to take a little while. So if you want to skip, there is going to be the usual chapters in the description, so you can skip to the taxi, to the takeoff, however you want. So let's get this party started. Go to the electronic flight back, request data from SimBrief, and we're going from Milan to Krakow. From Bergamo to Krakow. It's funny because Bergamo Real Serio nowadays is called Milano Bergamo for marketing purposes. Bergamo is not very close to Milan. Actually, I live in the middle between Milan and Bergamo, and there is like if I want to go to Milan, it is half an hour on a train. If I want to go to Bergamo, it's even longer, even if it's closer because the train line is kind of messier. But it's funny. So it's like if I zoom the map, Bergamo is here, and the city of Milan, it's all the way here. Like Bergamo is literally a different province than Milan. And anyway, it's marketing, and a lot of people in the Milan area go to Bergamo for low-cost flights. And we are flying a Ryanair flight, which is the king of low-cost. And you will see, like Bergamo is literally full of Ryanair aircraft, as you can see from our traffic here. So yeah. But let's get this party started finally, after this preamble. We have our data from SimBrief. So GPU is already attached. So let's activate the battery and grab the ground power unit. The IRS, click into nav. 1, 2, and 1, 2. The emergency lights go on. No smoking, we don't touch it because it's just a chime nowadays. We don't fasten the seatbelt because we have not loaded the plane just yet. Logo light, it is early morning, so we're going to put it on for now. And position lights are already in steady, as they should be. Now, our EFIS, put airport and terrain. TFC on our side. Terrain airport and TFC on the other side. Now we set the QNH, so the departure. We are flying on real time. So it is about 7:35 in Bergamo, which is, as I say, very close to my home. So I'm very familiar with the time zone. So the QNH is 10:23. Is the same on both sides. Yes. Then we do weight and balance. And yeah, it is. I haven't slept much, so it is 7 a.m. and I worked until now. I just finished doing my daily flight simulator news, so you probably saw it on the site. Truth is, I'm traveling in the next couple of days, so I'm making sure that to record some flights in advance because I won't have my gaming PC with me. Quite a bit of fuel. 153 passengers because this is a pretty dense flight, being Ryanair. Okay, and now that we have our passengers, we can have them fasten the seatbelts because we loaded the fuel, even if it was instant. Because you shouldn't have the seatbelts fastened before your passengers are on. Now we go into our FMC, but before we do that, we bring up the performance tool and we look at our calculations for the takeoff. Takeoff is going to be from runway 28. It's going to be dry, as far as I know. Oh no, it's not going to be dry. It's going to be wet. Look at there. It just started raining right now. Lucky me, huh? So wet. Literally just got into the plane and it started raining. So let's import for the aircraft. Flap configuration is going to be 5. Air conditioner is going to be on. Rating optimum will let the aircraft decide by itself what it wants to do. Import weather. It's quite cold. Yeah, I know it's cold. I kind of felt it. And calculate. And we have all our data that we need. Now, going to the FMS, we initialize our position. As usual, we go into the next page, copy from the GPS on the left, previous page, and paste it on there to have everything initialized that it should be. Then we go to our route. We request the flight plan, which is on SimBrief already. And it's all like from LIME, which is Bergamo, to EPKK, which is Krakow. By the way, this is a trip that I've done very recently. I will talk about that later while we are in flight. So now select route, request the flight plan. We have to wait a little bit. There it is, route uplink ready. Route uplink uploading. There you go. Activate and execute. Then we need to go to our departure. Our departure is going to be runway 28, legal 1P. Okay. Via transition OSC1F. Okay, so the arrival is going to be in runway 07 There is only an RNAV on runway 07, so we're gonna take that. And the star is going to be Neti4H. Neti4H. There you go. Do we have a transition? No. Execute. So we go into our plan and make sure that everything is copacetic. There is a small continuity there. We just do this and it will fix it. There you go. Basically what you have to do to fix this kind of discontinuity is you copy the next waypoint and you paste it into the discontinuity, so it basically says okay, the next waypoint is that one, and then we'll land there. The RMP is really simple, so it's going to be perfectly fine. Then we go back in map. Go in performance init ref. Actually, first of all, let's go to climb. The cruise altitude is going to be 34,000 feet. Level 340. So, weight is going to be 66.445, 66.5. See if I do this. No. Okay, 66. Not 60. No, not the number of the beast. Let's not start to. For 5, let's say 56.4. Tons. Zero fuel weight is 59.2, which should be correct. Let's see, weight in balance. 59.2, the zero fuel weight is correct. Fuel is 7.2, which is correct. Reserves, we have 1.1 final reserve. Cost index is 6. It's Ryanair. Cruise wind. Double climb 265 at 52. 265 at 52 knots. It didn't take the slash 52 knots. The temperature is going to be minus 56. Transitional altitude in Bergamo 6,000. That's correct. Good job. And everything else is good. So execute. All right, 6,001. Just forget this part. Okay. Now, your damper goes on. It's raining nicely here. Your damper goes on. Fuel pumps go on. Do we have any fuel in the central tank? Nope, we don't. So only the wing fuel pumps go on. Window eats goes on. Oh, by the way, should probably remake this calculation a little bit because it's raining now. So definitely it's gonna have to. What's the temperature here? That +3, so definitely gonna be in icing conditions. So it definitely should put anti-ice on both engine and wings. Okay. Good. Now Hydraulic pumps go on. I'm so used to not have rain that... Oops. I simply did not insert rain even if it was raining. Packs go on. Auto, more than on. Let's set temperature a little bit more variable. Flight altitude is 34,000. 34. And landing altitude in Krakow, 800. It will be 792, but we're so close to 800 that we round it up. 800 for landing altitude. Then we go back here. Flight directors go on. First on my side, then on the first officer side. Then arm the outer throttle, auto thrust, arm VNAV and LNAV. I prefer to do this kind of stuff early so I don't forget. Flight altitude, let's see if I have any restriction. 10,000 is fine for the initial altitude. Then runway heading is going to be 282. This thing goes so slowly. And then you go over 282. I wish there was a copy button for putting on both sides. Yeah, I could have just went backward, probably better. Adding to a no, here instead I should go 282. Okay. Let me check real quickly on the charts here. Flight planner. Oh, I always forget that it doesn't take the name. So limit. I just want to see the ILS for runway 28. The frequency and 282 is correct, and the frequency 1.8.7 because I like having the ILS on the 108.7. I like having my ILS set on departure. Not 08. Not 7. There you go. Active. So that I can see if I'm perfectly aligned with the runway. It's just a thing I do. Okay, let's make sure the TCAS is on standby. Just on transponder, it is correct. It's funny because they really modeled, well, no, it's not funny, it's great. They really model a ton of different types of equipment. So every time I fly on a 737, I'm like looking for the correct block for the tickets and whatnot because it's actually modeled different. PMDG did a great job in modeling a lot of different kinds of equipment from different eras. So, okay. Now APU, it's time to start it. While it starts, let's do my N1 limit. And with the rate at takeoff 1. Okay. Temperature is correct. And we're going takeoff. We're going to flaps at 5. Center of gravity is going to be 24.9. Trim 4.97. 97? 98. Correct. And let's see, here it says 133, 143, 146. It's not the same. We're going to believe the VFP as usual. 133, 143, 146. Okay. And we need to put our V2 in here. 146. Okay. Now our APU has started. So we on the generators. And the APU bleed. And we can send the ground power home. Also release boss stairs, doors, close all, and arm all. Our passengers are on by now. Have we turned on the seat belts? Yes. Just making sure. Sometimes I forget. I'm a forgetful person. Even with the big paper checklist, sometimes I just forget some stuff. Sorry. So now, doors are closed, chocks go off. So first of all, the parking brake goes on, and the chocks can go off. It's not raining anymore, but the runway, we're still gonna consider it wet. Now the probe heat goes on. The anti-collision light goes on. Packs go off. Sorry, passengers. Try not to be too cold. In this case, I will actually turn on the wing lights because it's dark and icing conditions. And then it's time to get our tag and get started on this. Oh, it's raining again. Let's push back. Parking brake off. It's dawning. Very nice. But unfortunately, it's a little bit. Okay. Turn us to the right, please. We are past the line. So we can start our engines. View bleed is on. Engine 2 ground. Pushback is stopped. Pull the parking brake for the moment. There you go. Okay, now engine 2, engine 1 ground. Starting, let's wait for 25% on the N2. It's there. Go. Sorry, mate, behind us. We're gonna move soon. Yeah, Bergamo has this little problem. It has a single taxiway that goes to the runway, so I like that effect of the engine that's pushing on the water. Okay. Now it's stabilized. Generators go on. APU bleed goes off. APU generator go off. And the APU goes off. Now, auto brake go in RTO. Packs go on back on auto. Sorry, passengers, get a little heat. And isolation valve goes on auto as well. Oh, no, that's the APU bleed. Sorry, that's the isolation valve that goes on auto. Now, we check our controls. Left, right, down, up. Pedals, right and left. We're fine. The flaps are in the right position. Anti-ice is going to go on. Everything was correct, and we can taxi to the runway. With many apologies to the poor guy that had to wait behind us. I could let him pass, but then it's really bad weather here, huh? Well, the clouds are low, so it's going to be better very soon. Fortunately, we may not get to see the Alps. I hope we get a little bit of a break when we get to the Alps, because that's the best part of this trip. Oh, we should definitely turn on our taxi lights here. And turn on the weather WX plus T. We're already in auto. Yeah, right? Yes. As you can see, there is a lot of terrain close to this airport. Oh, there is another Ryanair that's departing. Yeah. You shouldn't have done that. The fact that just vehicles go around like that and annoy planes. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 is crazy. And by the way, you will notice that the terminal should be a lot larger because they did those works, but unfortunately that's not the case yet in this scenery. It's basically abandoned as it is now. I really wish you can purchase on Aerosoft, I believe, and I don't remember if there is other places. And even if it's not officially compatible with MSFS 2024, it works perfectly. It's just out of date, but it's better than having the default airport. It still looks kind of like that, so I mean, it's not completely out of the way. It's not like completely crazy, but you know. I really wish Takeoff came back and corrected it, because they have a lot of good airports in Italy, and they're very well made. Like this Bergamo is super well made. If it wasn't outdated. So I'm sad that they're not outdated it. So Takeoff, if you're hearing me, we miss you. Please come back. Oh, we should set the trim as well. Oops, forgot about that. How much was it? 498. Well, at least it's not a lot of trim. I went too far. 84, 87, 92, 94, 96, 99. And 99 is fine. Just gonna go stop here for a moment. And do our final preparations. Tikasko Tara. Cabin crew. Let's give them a double dinghy. Engine start definitely goes in continue right now. This is the weather. Landing and runway lights go on. I actually did not turn on the runway lights. Oh my god! I actually turned on the APU for some reason instead of the taxi. These two things that are so close together, I hate that. Position light goes strobe and steady. Wi-Fi is already done. Okay, let's go. We're ready. I really like the ground handling of the 737. It's so nice. Let's take as much of the runway as we want. We can. Orio Serio is not exactly the largest runway of the universe. It's not small, but it's not like super large. You can take a little bit of this part here. It's good. Okay. Okay. So let's put 40% and let it stabilize. And toga. Oh, LNAV is not armed. It's not arming. Sometimes it does happen. I don't know why, but we'll have to arm it later. V1. Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Positive rate. Landing gear up. LNAV armed. Go. Come on. Autopilot. Okay. We don't see the airport anymore already. Okay, now it should start accelerating. Yep. Okay. We had a restriction there. That's why it wasn't accelerating over flaps 1. Flaps 1. Look at this, come on, Ambus. Okay, let's say we have been clear to our cruise altitude. 34,000. Still definitely into icing conditions. Actually not very not very cold, but definitely under icing conditions. We don't need the terrain anymore, so we can put weather now. On this side as well. And we should go into standard, definitely. Or the mile on the PFD. Yeah, we are restricted to 200 knots until leg low. That's why we're doing this kind of slow climb. But after that, we will be free to accelerate and pull up our flaps. Nice view. Oh, the clouds are beautiful this early in the morning. And we should be above 10,000, so let's retract our lights here. Oop. And it is definitely not needed anymore to have the wing lights and the logo lights, and also the anti-ice. Go off. Definitely above clouds right now. Okay, we are leg low. And we are accelerating, and we'll be able to retract our flaps fully. Flaps up. And accelerating even further. And take the auto brake off. And we do get a little bit of a view of the Alps. There is a lot of weather. There you go. On your left, the Alps, ladies and gentlemen. I was saying this flight, which is funnily is number 888. Just before Christmas, I remember. It was the 21st of December. To go to Krakow from Bergamo, just a couple of days to see Christmas in Krakow, and it's beautiful. Like if you have a chance to go to Krakow on Christmas, like under Christmas, it's one of the most beautiful cities I've seen at the time of the year. Absolutely gorgeous. Seatbelt goes to auto. All the lights turned off, so we're fine. It's absolutely gorgeous city. Like they have some ginormous Christmas markets that really are beautiful. And they have like crazy good food in those Christmas markets, besides a lot of souvenirs. Got a couple of them for my girlfriend. She hasn't gotten them yet. I hope she likes them. But the food was fantastic. Especially there was a stall, like all kind of pierogi, with all kind of different stuffings. Like pierogi is kind of like ravioli, and they are bigger and more stuffed. And they had like really all kind of different stuffing, from cheese to meats to kimchi. Yeah, kimchi, and it was really good. The kimchi stuffed ones were awesome. I loved them. I like kind of spicy, sour things. So the kimchi one was great. And here comes the Alps. We get a little bit of a view of the Alps. Despite the clouds, we do get it. That's nice. Oh, by the way, right now we can turn off the engine starts, the count as well. Back into off. We are 20,000 and climbing nicely. Speed is fine. Turn on the engine. Turn off the engine from there. Should put the landing gear in the off position. In everything here is fine, as it should be. Let's synchronize the heading. There is this really nice trick on the PMDG, that instead of like turning these a million times, you can just click on this screw here, and it synchronizes the heading with what you have. Like for the toga, you click on this other screw here, and it will go into toga instead of like going to look for the button that is here hidden. Here are the Alps. Look at that. Aren't these beautiful? The Alps really got a facelift. From the initial state they were in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I really love them. Well, I'm familiar with them. I was born under them. I lived in a mountain village for the first 3 years of my life. 3,000 meters. Because my father was the kind of a hermit type. He actually built the house there, and he sold it, and we moved to the city. But yeah, I was born in Turin city, because there was no hospital for that in the village. But then I was transported in the village with like 2 meters of snow in the winter in the Alps, and then on the other side of the Alps, the Western Alps. But yeah, I don't remember basically anything of it. This is just what my parents tell me. Just look at how beautiful the scenery is. I can't get enough of this. And I have pictures I took from the plane. It was a clear day when I took this flight, and I took some really, really nice pictures. With my smartphone, my camera was in the backpack. I really love the Alps. They are the one part of Italy that I really love. Sorry, being romantic, I suppose. Okay, we should be our top of climb soon. Perfectly on time. So far, very smooth flight. I have to say the PMDG, the more I fly it, the more I love PMDG 737-800 for MSFS 2024. They did a majestic job on it. It looks beautiful, even if they say there is still more to come in the exterior. But already it looks beautiful. The liveries are fantastic. And because I didn't fly the 737 for a long time in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 because I wasn't very happy with the max they had, and there was no 800, of course. It was PMDG. Well, there was one, but it was crap. So I'm not even considering that stuff that is in the marketplace that is not from it is from developers that should not be named. So yeah, I basically flown Airbus for a year and more. Now I'm finally refamiliarizing myself with PMDG. And unfortunately, for a month or so, this is the last flight I can do on the 737 by PMDG, because I am going to Japan tomorrow. It's 8 a.m. already here, 8:35. So it's gonna be tomorrow. I'm flying to Japan, and I'm going to be in Japan for just a little under a month. And of course, I'm not bringing my gaming PC with me. I looked into alternatives like rentals and whatnot, but there is nothing really that works in Tokyo. I even looked at like a gaming cafe and whatnot, but they don't let you install what you want on the computers. So it's pretty much hopeless. But I am bringing my PS5 with me, bringing it back to Japan. And because it's smaller and more transportable, so I'm hoping to be able to actually finally learn the 737 MAX, because they told me that it is in a better place than it was when it was launched. So I'm probably going to learn it and then see what I can do to help those that would like to learn it as well on PS, because there is a lot of people on PS5 that still can't access the 737-800 by PMDG until they open the marketplace on PS5. So I want to learn the 737 MAX and see if I can post some tutorials that can be useful to people that, you know, want to learn it as well. Almost our Takeoff climb. Beautiful flight so far. I am really enjoying it. Should probably keep the external views until the top of lines, because I want to show you the Alps. Just look at that. Has there ever been... I know there has never been a simulator this beautiful, but... So why would I even ask if there has ever been one? There's never been one. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm gonna be in Japan with the PS5 for the next month or so. Actually, when you see this video, I'm probably gonna be already in Japan, because I have another video to publish before this. I'm trying to, you know, distance them a little bit. I did a flight from Tokyo still on the PMDG 737, a flight from Tokyo to Achijojima, which is one of the islands near Tokyo, and you've probably already seen it on the channel. Okay, we're close. You probably know how much I love to fly in Japan. It's just how I am. But I don't mind a flight in between Italy and Poland for sure. I was very impressed by Poland, and I think I'm gonna go back sooner or later because I loved it. Polish people are so nice. Behind their like non very smiley appearance, I found them very friendly. Funnily, in Krakow, the whole like almost the whole city. They have no traffic lights. How can they not have traffic lights? I have no idea. And it's not like they have like roundabouts or whatnot. They're like literal normal intersections with trams, and they have no traffic lights, and people don't just manage to get around without the need of guidance from traffic lights. It's uncanny, but I love it. I visited the tomb of Jan III Sobieski, the hero king of Poland, who led the charge of the Winged Hussars during the siege of Vienna. One of my personal heroes. There we are. We are at our cruise, and we are very far from the top of the sand, to 207 nautical miles, so we can relax. Just do our N1. We put it in continuum maximum continuum power, and then go back into the cruise page. We'll let our co-pilot monitor the Lex page. Good look at the Alps as we're crossing them. Just look at that. It is the perfect time of the day in which there is like long shadows and the Alps look so scenic. Just look at that. And this flight is really nice because it actually does not like cross the Alps all in once, just going north, but it goes like quite far eastwards over the Alps, so you get to see a large chunk of the Alps, which is beautiful. Looks like I was worrying for nothing. The weather was bad in Bergamo, but it is not here. Well, there is quite a lot of clouds, but not enough to hide the Alps. Oh, that's one. We're just flying over Cortina. There it is. That is Cortina d'Ampezzo, which is where one of the locations where the Olympics are. Almost like I did it on purpose. I did not. So yeah, if you are into sports, that is where the mountain parts of the Milano-Cortina Olympics are going to happen. And we're almost at the frontier with Austria. We'll be passing into Austria in just a few seconds here. Just look at these mountains. Can't get enough of that. And we are now passing over the border between Italy and Austria. It's these China mountains here. We are now officially in Austria. I gotta say, I'm gonna miss having Navigraph when I fly on the PS5. Well, the connection to Navigraph, I suppose, because I can still have Navigraph on my mobile. I just don't think there is a way to connect the PS5 with it just yet. These looks beautiful, I have to say. So yeah, I'm probably going to have an article about it, by the way. But I do believe, yes, I understand that PMDG did a little bit of an oopla by saying that the update for the 787, the 737 would cost like a coffee. But I did pay the $30 from my own pocket, of course, and I believe that it's worth it. Definitely do. Sorry if you disagree, but that's how I feel. I recognize that they should have been transparent from the beginning, even if I believe very firmly that Robert Randazzo did not lie intentionally, because first of all, it doesn't seem the type, and secondly, and more importantly, he really would have no reason to. Like, why? Just to cause malcontent when they just to keep people happy for a little while, and then cause malcontent when he actually has to sell the plane so people don't buy it. I don't drink it. I don't believe it. I think probably they thought, when they said that, they thought it was true. And I can imagine, and now this is just my speculation, that Randazzo actually wanted to sell the upgrade for the price of a coffee or something like that, but someone else in the company that holds the purse, as it should say, like, argued that this one not sustainable because they worked for over a year on it, and in the end Randazzo lost that discussion, which can absolutely happen if you are the boss of the company. It doesn't mean you get to, be a dictator. So yeah, that is how I personally believe why it went. I may be wrong. I'm not saying that I have the truth. It's just my belief. Okay, so we are 199 nautical mile from our arrival. We have plenty of time. We can start to work on these a little bit. Should have done this part earlier, to be honest, but... What runway are we landing at, by the way? 07. We are under 0 degrees. Is the RNP doable under 0 degrees, by the way? Because the RNP, they do have a... Okay, you're okay as long as you're not under minus 30, so it's fine. Those RNP approaches are absolutely susceptible to temperature. Should be able to land without problems with the auto brake tree. We'll revisit it when we are closer to our destination, of course, because there is still quite a long time to go. But that was a nice cloudless patch. Unfortunately, right now we are in a less spectacular area of the Alps. We are actually going toward a more less scenic area of Europe, unfortunately. We're going to fly quite close to Vienna, by the way. Maybe we're going to be able to see it, at least from afar. Sure, I would 3.5 tons of fuel on board, which is perfectly fine. It's relaxing. Yeah, the last relaxing time I'm gonna have for a while. So today I have to pack, check in, all that stuff. Tomorrow I have my departure is pretty early. Actually, I have to leave the house at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah. It is how it is. They're flying quite slow. That's the cost index, the Ryanair cost index. But you know, I actually just Googled it because I'm not sure if that's the correct cost index for Ryanair, but you know, that data is not exactly available everywhere. Starting to be less snow on the ground. There is a little bit of cloud ahead of us, I can see. I too. I wonder if we'll need anti-ice, but I don't think I will. We're probably under, well under the temperature for ice formation. 34, huh? Actually, we kinda are in. We'll see. $130 nautical miles to our top of descent. Today we will not be rushed. The last flight I was rushed, the one with Chichijima, since it's very close to Tokyo. I did Tokyo Chichijima. Basically, it's top of climb, 5 minutes, top of descent. And to really rush the preparation for that RNP approach. Still worked pretty well. I forgot the landing lights though. It was a day. I guess it wasn't a terrible mistakes, I suppose. To our left, let's see, we'd see it, should be the city of Linz. It's not very visible, it's far away, I think. It's too far away to actually see it. With like spotty snow like this, it's even harder to see like cities. Actually should be like hidden from that by that cloud. And in that direction there should be Vienna. If I had the ability to do it, I would put Sabaton on right now. But I would be copyrighted. Fortunately. As you go to Poland and you're like, and the wing hussars arrive. Charging down the mountainside. Exactly when you're passing near Vienna. That's perfect, right? I think we're actually going to fly kinda close to the mountain too. Where that all happened. Okay. Let's see how long to our top of descent. 95 nautical mile. It's time to start in a moment to prepare for the descent. We have time, to be honest. It takes a long. People say to do it when it's like 100 nautical miles from the top of descent, but there is a lot of time. I'm gonna do it after I pass Vienna. Seems to give you a good place like any other. I wonder if it'll be visible. I do not believe we'll see much. Maybe a little bit. Okay, so Vienna should be to our right now, but yeah, we're not seeing much. It's actually covered in clouds. Unfortunately. pass the Danube pretty soon. Behind us there is the city of St. Polten. Right there. Yeah, Vienna is hidden to us. You can see the Danube there under my nose. Milan is past this mountain, the mountains that are just about visible in the clouds down there. Excuse me. There it is, the Danube right there. But yeah, no Vienna. Okay, since we can't really see Vienna, let's start preparing our arrival. Okay. Weather is still the same. Let's update the aircraft data. Auto brake 3 seems fine. Take a look at our arrival. Crossway 62.7. We're going to go flaps 30. .45 is going to be our ref. And this page is done. Then our minimums are going to be (1370). CD, actually, we're C 1390. Oh, there's going to be a ton of this to do. Come on, scroll. Sorry, got distracted for a moment. So 1390. How far we are? Not too far. There is clouds right there. Minus 35. I think I'm going to turn on anti-ice. Back to do this. Thankfully it doesn't on both sides. That was long. There isn't big terrain around, so I'm going to... Oh, top of the descent is right there. With 1990 nautical miles, so it's better that we start putting the right altitude. To the top of the descent. So 114. Okay. So it's going to start down. And that is already set. Of course, it's going to be a runway heading. It's going to be 072. Let's put down on the oh, actually doesn't have it. Interesting. Sorry, 72 for the course on this side. 72 on the course on this side. And we're going down. Okay. The airplane is going down correctly. The target QNH is 1070, 1017. There you go. They're gonna take weathers on that side, and let's put terrain on this side. Heading also goes 72. The missed approach procedure. It's just straight. And climb straight ahead, course 72 to KK 597 and climb 4000. Okay, so we'll have to remember to put 4000 when it's time in our altitude. Let's put our wing lights on. Auto brake 3. Everything else is fine. Initial altitude is about 6,500. Level will be given by ATC, but it's fine. We are not using ATC as usual here. We are descending nicely. We should put our VOR to Krakow, which is 112.8. It's already there. 90 DME from Krakow. We're gonna have plenty of time to decelerate because the star is the usual Central European star with a lot of like zigzag. But we're gonna be plenty fine. We are perfectly descent profile. So if there's any change in the matter, no there isn't. Seatbelt should go on before we forget. Nice and blind. It's going to be misty there, so should we actually put the oh, anti-ice should go on. Still the same. Not really much of a change. If it actually wants 150 knots. There we have our star beginning right there. Wow, look at the low clouds. This is not a super high visibility day. Let's hope that we can land. Otherwise we may have to divert. We have a lot of fuel, but I want to go to Krakow. Weather has not changed. VNAV path is fine. I love the fact that this is not ghosting anymore thanks to the new DLSS version. I absolutely adore it. Well, it's still ghosting when it goes really fast, but it's not ghosting in general. This looks so much cleaner. Everything appears fine. Interesting, there are quite a few obstacles in the way. Probably why it's an RNP and not an ILS. So far, so very good. We killed from outside. We're going into a sea of cloud. Turn in. You can see the S-shaped SID that we have, star, sorry, that we have to do. We could give us a shortcut, pretended that ATC gave it to us, which is pretty common, but there is no need really. We're just gonna to enjoy it. I'm not boring you, am I? It's amazing to me that, like, well, amazing, it's like funny to me that when I will publish this video, I will be literally on the other side of the world compared to where I am now. I'm actually looking forward to study the Max now that it seems that that is well improved. I actually work on the A330 as well, which I haven't flown much. I'll be a little bit restricted airport-wise because I'm not going to fly in an airport without scenery. I'm too, like, spoiled. I just don't like the airports with the default autogen scenery. Everything is fine. Just look at that cloud cover. My goodness. Let's see what the matter says in terms of visibility. $3,000. Well, with the 3,000 meters should be fine. Probably won't need to. Still 10:17. At least we should be able to see the runway in time for the minimums. Bring this down a notch. This is pretty much the same weather I found when I went to Krakow. Really overcast. There was not a speck of sun. Still had a lot of fun anyway. But it also rained. It wasn't the best weather, but I had a lot of fun. Since we are cleared past the, say that we are cleared past the standard, we're just going to go in real QNH. And we are fully in cloud. Let me check that the anti-ice is still operational. It is. And we are decelerating a bit. We're trying to. Let's give it a little bit of a help. So we're soon going to be under 10,000. I want to be at under 12,250 at 10,000 to comply with the speed restriction. Come on, go down a little bit more. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, let's see if we can, if it's not needed anymore. It moves so slowly. Let's arm it so I don't actually like forget to arm it. But it moves so slow, really. It drives me crazy. You really have to drag it to get the speed brake to move with the mouse. Acceleration point is pretty close. We are now in our SID. Next speed restriction is going to be 220. It's probably going to decel before it. Yeah, it's before the deceleration point. It's just the deceleration point is going to have it there. I want to see if it's going to keep me automatically over 8,000. As it should. Should be below 8,000 at the KK584. So let's see if it gets it. Yep, it's decelerating correctly. Should go under 220. Let's give it a little bit of a help with the air brake so that it makes the restriction. And we will be under 800 correctly, as it should be. And now we don't need that anymore. It's going to lower by itself. I don't want to go to clean speed too fast though, since the restriction is going to be 220 for a while. We're already at clean speed, but we're a little bit ahead of schedule on that. No, that's perfectly fine. Over to 10 miles. This just looks fine. Let's lower his side on her side. 20 miles. Let's see if there is any change. In our weather. 1023. Oh, it went to 1023. There is a change. Oopsies. 1023. Big change. Big change. There you go. Oh no, I'm an idiot. That was I'm an idiot. Let's go back to 1017. It was not a change. It was just me on the wrong tab. Okay. Still good. That one should have been under 6,900, okay. We're, according to the vertical deviation, we're 29 feet low, so we're perfectly fine. Keeping straight on the... let's give it a little bit of break still. It's going just 1 knot under the limit, which I do not like. I prefer to be slower than limit than higher, of course. Okay. Should be looking to decelerate us pretty sharply. Okay, now it's not having any more struggle. No, yeah, it's not struggling anymore. $737 is slightly slippery. So it's going to decelerate us before IMNUTs. Now it should drop us to... drop us pretty sharply, so out with the auto brake. Or to the air brake, sorry. It's descending pretty sharply. Now we'll accelerate. Okay. And we should start giving it flaps. Flaps 1. 5. There is a bit of visibility on the ground that I see, which is good. This approach was 4,000. Okay. Then landing gear down. Should pull up the auto brake and arm it. There you go. Okay, pull the altitude to 4,000. Put a go around. Five miles. And lower the flaps too. +30.
Plus 100. 500. Minimums.
You can see the minimum. Autopilot off. Silence it. Auto throttle off. A bit low.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
I went under the... Oh, there is another aircraft. Oh well, I want here. Yeah, the puppies were wrong.
50. 40.
They were definitely tricking me to stay too high, but I still recovered it. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to go around today. Yeah, landed with another aircraft there, but... You know, I always... ignore those. Okay. That was kinda in the way, right? Damn you, Baz. And we're going to just vacate at the end of the runway. The puppy were definitely weird. We were not low in profile at all, so that they kind of brought me off. But it's fine. We landed safely. And that is all that matters. We floated a little bit because I had to correct because of that. But I will give it like a 6 out of 10. Okay, we out. Flaps up. Disarm the spoiler a million times. Come on. Whoosh. Okay. And we stop pushing the tab, but it doesn't matter. Remove the auto brake. Turn on the taxi light. Oh, we did not put the lights on again. Bad me. I always forget the landing lights. Why do I do that? Okay, that lowers the landing score too. To 5.5. If you start, weather goes off, terrain goes off. Same on his side. And here goes off. Decals go on standby. Wing light goes off. Let's give ourselves the luxury of a jetway. Of course, this scenery is by Rzyaki Design, premier Polish A320 B737. There you go. Stopped. We need the taxi light off. Parking brake on. APU gen on. APU bleed on. Position light goes in steady. Should have gone earlier, but it's time to turn on the engines. The bleed is on. Yeah. So we can turn off the engines. Let's take a good look. Okay. As usual, the scenery by Draziak designer, they're awesome. I love them, and I definitely recognize this pair at the airport because I spent like 1 hour in this little room here. It wasn't the gate 6, but it was another gate, just waiting for the bus. That was horrible. Ryanair, do better. Okay, so anyway, now that we are on that, we can turn off the belts so people can start moving. Ground operations, set shocks. Drop the anti-collision light. Max antimeter is going to be jetway. We can request bot the GPU and the jetway connection. There is a lady there. Working on connecting our jetway. Beep, 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 beep. I love them there. Doors. Disarm all. Open entry 1. So our passengers can start getting out. And now that our APU is available, GPU, sorry, on, and we can turn off the APU generators. It actually should be automatic. The APU bleed, the GPU bleed, sorry, the APU bleed, and turn off the APU. The fact that the airplane did not immediately cold and dark means we did it right. Yaw damper goes off. Fuel pumps go off. IRS go off. By the way, of course, I know I should have gone around with the aircraft on the runway, but traffic, I just use traffic as decoration, by the way, basically. So, and they are incorporeal, so whatever. Fortunately, it's almost 10 a.m. and I need to go to bed. To sleep at 3 hours before I need to start working and then packing. So I couldn't do a full go around procedure here. Emergency lights. Well, the passenger's still not off. We're waiting for the passengers to go off. So let's turn off the probes and the window heat. The hydraulic pumps. Packs. That way it's gonna get cold. The passengers are gonna move and get off the plane. And then we just wait a little bit, pretending they will wait for the passengers to get off. Beautiful scenery. I really love it. Despite the fact that it's not super new, it's one of my favorites. Like I will say, Ryziaki Design is always been one of my favorite developers. I wish they did a few more airports outside of Poland, like they did Narita. That's fantastic, but I understand that it's their country, so of course they want to represent it. But now we have Poland as like almost every airport is done. They have 2 more airports in Poland to do in development. Okay, so the passengers, we are saying that they're off now. So we turn off the emergency lights. Logo position life goes off. The position life goes off. And the battery goes. Well, first the external power goes off. We can tell them to go away. And the battery goes off and the airplane will go cold and dark. There you go. We are cold and dark. As usual, thank you very much for watching this flight. Of course, if you have any doubts, questions, comments about the airplane, the scenery, the flight, whatever you like to say, you know I love to read them, and I will respond soon. So thank you very much, and welcome to Krakow. Thank you for watching. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. That's always super helpful. You can also leave a comment if you have feedback. We always enjoy reading them. Thank you so much for your time and attention. We hope to see you again soon here on Simulation Daily's YouTube channel and on the site. We have plenty of content coming, so stay tuned.